you will need money to start your cooperative. And starting a value-added co-op can be very capital-intensive. Despite the challenges, thousands of cooperatives exist the world over. They first began by harnessing the commitment of their members to take action. Their startup collateral was the collective will of their members and communities to develop a new economic structure from scratch. This will involve volunteer work, a financial contribution, meetings, and a willingness to learn. This sets the tone for how a co-op will work as a business.
Le sociétaire ou les clients sont aussi ceux qui sont au conseil d'administration et qui vont prendre les décisions les plus importantes ou à tout le moins fixer les orientations et puis qui vont aussi bénéficier d'une forme de partage des revenus qui est différente de celle du privé.
A strong board of directors with complementing business skills is critical to the credibility and success of the co-op.
In addition to a good project and all of that, you have to have a board that obviously is fairly sophisticated. They better have some good business experience. They better be willing to wade through reams and reams of documents. You have to have people who can present a face to outsiders, who can very bluntly get taken seriously by bankers used to working with billion-dollar projects. I think the other thing that's really important is there has to be a significant financial commitment by directors. They have to make a commitment that's commensurate with their means. It has to be enough that it's a significant commitment for them.
This is the way we function. Everybody has an investment. It's a fairly large investment. We mandate that every member, over a 3-year period from the time they join the co-op, accumulate an investment equal to 10% of 1 year's gross income. So if a farm sells, say, $200,000 worth of goods, we want $20,000 investment. And they have a 3-year period to accumulate that.
As the financial commitment of members grows, the potential of community investment is also strengthened.
Une des stratégies qui est adoptée pour faire accepter par le milieu l'implantation d'une éolienne ou d'un parc d'éoliennes, c'est de faire des gens qui vont avoir l'éolienne près de chez eux, en faire des participants au projet. La formule coopérative offre des bonnes possibilités dans ce cas-là. Impliquer le milieu, la municipalité, les résidents, les gens qui vont vivre à proximité, avoir une espèce de garantie qu'il va avoir un retour sur la profitabilité de cette installation-là.
Co-op Services for Energy Alternatives near Tillsonburg, Ontario, has developed a partnership with their local community, which will purchase the energy produced by the co-op from the millet grain their members will grow.
One important thing in a cooperative and an energy plant is you got to be wanted. And our community wants it, the town wants it, they have helped us out tremendously.
There are some sources of help in the planning stages of the co-op. These include sources in your local community, regional economic development organizations, community futures, and agricultural development programs such as the Agricultural Cooperative Development Initiative.
Be prepared that you're going to go through a lot of money at the beginning. A lot of unexpected expenses will arise. You'll need very good people to hire as consultants and work with you. That's very important, and we've had several of them working for us, and we're fortunate to find some very good ones.
When there is a solid business plan and the co-op is incorporated, the new co-op is ready to sell member shares in an equity drive, the next critical step in the process. The cooperative may also plan to issue investment shares to non-members, usually in the local region. One agricultural co-op in Alberta, Westlock Terminal, has 4 classes of shares, including an investment share with a fixed rate of return. These investment shares provided critical capital and have helped with a series of expansions. The tactic has also helped in building social capital and broad community support. Sometimes a co-op will have a great business opportunity but lacks the capital to finance it. Stronger, more established co-ops may consider the possibility of sharing ownership in order to get a new business venture started. Finding a compatible business partner that knows the industry and has the financial means can mean the difference between going ahead or letting the project die. Some co-ops, like Organic Meadow, an organic dairy cooperative, have formed subsidiary companies.
We formed a subsidiary company called Organic Meadow, Inc. We transferred the assets of the brand to that company, and we were able to sell a portion of that company to an outside investor. In return for that equity, this shareholder got a seat on the board and some influence in the governance of the company. The co-op retained the majority shareholder position and was able to appoint the majority of the directors on the subsidiary company. So it complicated our governance structure, but it also gave us some great advantages. One was the ability to raise capital. Another was the ability to move very quickly in making business decisions. Co-ops tend to be cumbersome means of decision making. And sometimes in a market economy, it's very, very important that you can move quickly. We also got expertise on that board that we didn't have on the farmer board that was governing the co-op. So we brought in people who had very, very high-level expertise in government, in other businesses, and that has been something really valuable to us.
Usually the financing of a value-added co-op requires borrowing money. Co-ops can approach local credit unions, banks, or specialized loan funds from either co-ops or the agriculture industry.
One of the things we were doing was not just building a business, we were building an industry, and we were part, along with some other players out there, trying to build an ethanol sector in Canada. So that certainly involved, when you talk about government, we had to create an environment in which government was supportive of these kinds of projects, and supportive both in terms of upfront capital type grants, but also in terms of ongoing incentives, and we needed that from both the provincial and the federal government. And frankly, both levels of government have been extremely supportive of our project.
Raising money is challenging, but others have done it. It takes time, planning, the right materials, and lots of meetings. You have to have good expertise, a sound plan, and credibility. Communicate and learn from other co-ops.
Whatever kind of value-added venture it is, look at the feasibility of it, do the homework, do the work, understand that it's a huge commitment to undertake a project like this, but the rewards are immense too. And walking around the site now, you suddenly see this huge ethanol plant and you realize this is not a large multinational corporation building this. This is a group of farmers and members of the rural community. And I think that really should be an inspiration for others who follow.